Let's keep it going. We have a really delicious goodie as our third cheese in the box. Today we're going to enjoy lamb chopper, which is a really beautiful sheep milk Gouda that we get from Cypress Grove. They are one of the icons of American cheese making, really set the stage for artisanal cheese as it is today. The owner, name is Mary Keene. We call her one of the goat ladies of the 80s. She was a California hippie, single mom of four, looking for more healthy sources of milk for her children, and went up to her neighbor who had a couple goats and was like, "Hey, could I get some milk or maybe even a goat from you?" The neighbor said, "If you can catch them, you can keep them." And history was made. Mary opened up Cypress Grove in the early 80s and then traveled to France, other places in Europe to study cheesemaking and bring a lot of those traditions to America. Most well known for Humboldt Fog, that gorgeous goat cheese with a beautiful little line of ash in the middle. Really popular, really delicious. Today, we're enjoying one of their other favorites, the lamb chopper. This is actually a cheese made in the Netherlands and then sourced through Cypress Grove for American customers. So, a fantastic example of Dutch cheese making. Goudas like this one are traditionally Dutch, but you can make Goudas anywhere in the world with any kind of milk. And so the fact that we're using sheep milk here is going to be really fun. Sheep milk has a little bit more butter fat in it than cow's milk, creates really nice nutty sorts of flavors as the cheese develops, nice olive oil sort of mouthfeel because there is that extra butter fat in the sheep's milk. And so sheep cheeses just tend to be extra delicious and decadent and some of my absolute faves. When you look at the cheese here, really nice off-white sort of color there, not quite as intensely yellow as the cow's milk cheese, but also not as ivory as the goat's milk cheese. You really can tell a lot about a style of cheese just at a glance, including style and milk type. Goudas will often see this nice rounded edge there because they are aged wheels of cheese. They don't want the corners to dry out, so everything has that really nice toothsome texture to it. The lamb chopper going to be aged for several months, and so you will get a nice little bit more crumbly, dry, firm texture to it compared to the Old Witch that we just tried. When we take a nice slice here, cuts beautifully, has just a little bit of bend to it, so some nice moisture in there that's going to give us some nice creamy textures. I love Goudas in general, especially sheep Goudas. The nuttiness of the sheep's milk with the natural sweetness that we get out of Gouda style cheeses takes my mind to brown butter and toffee and caramel, brittle sort of flavors. It has this really nice desserty quality, but also a great saltiness to it. For any manchego fans, you may get some similar flavors and textures out of the lamb chopper here. Manchego is another aged sheep cheese, and so some similarities between those sorts of products. But that characteristic sweetness of the Gouda really shines through in the lamb chopper in a wonderful way. This is one of my favorite cheeses for a long time, largely because of the logo really stands out in the shop. They have this adorable little cartoon of a lamb on a nice little motorcycle with some nice aviator shades. Really captures the vibe of lamb chopper. Or for our Halloween box, taking that in a little bit more of the slasher vibe. So slice off a piece, enjoy, and let's try it with this nice pumpkin spice caramel popcorn. Oh yeah, you definitely get the aroma of that pumpkin spice in there. The nutmeg, the cinnamon really comes through, gives you that kind of kettle corn vibe with the caramel on there. So I think this is going to be lovely. Mm-hmm. Mm. The crunch of that is so fantastic. Contrasts so nicely against the bite that you get out of the Gouda. The sweetness of the caramel that we get on the popcorn really doubles down on the similar flavors that we get out of the cheese. And so this is a great example of a very complementary pairing. We're really bringing out similar flavor notes in both of the products to amplify those qualities and create a more delicious bite with both than they were separately. And so I think that is so successful. Really feels like a dessert cheese course when you combine those two goodies together. I think that is fantastic and really feels like fall weather with those nice baking spices in there. That is absolutely delicious. I think you also could enjoy this nice lamb chopper with some embryo or quince paste if you want to take it in that more manchego sort of direction. I really love this with stone fruit like cherries and apricots. Fantastic complement to those nutty flavors that we get out of the cheese. That is one that you can put out at the party, and folks will be like, "What is that?" Because I need to get some more. Very friendly, approachable crowd pleaser. So I hope everybody enjoys that as much as I do.